Hello everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. And at The Flower Patch I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements from door wreaths, door swags, things for your home decor, things for your business, things for your garden, weddings, funeral tributes and much more. Welcome everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day yesterday, especially in the UK because we're not used to the heat and the sun. We don't get it very often. So I hope you all had a wonderful day. And I sure did. Bit hot, but I got through it. And it was glorious. Then we got a little bit of a breeze and that sort of like made it even better. Right, today guys, I'm going to do another autumnal wreath, but it's only going to be on a 10-inch wreath, just something small, because I've had a little request of a young gentleman. Isn't that nice to know there's a wonderful gentleman out there also doing a beautiful hobby or a job like we all are. And he wants me to try and do one on a straw wreath with a few pumpkins, but mainly in browns and some greenery. He wants a little bow, if I can put one on, and he just wants it an autumnal colour because he's not been doing it very long. I think he said about a year and a half, something like that, or probably 18-19 months. And he's not used a straw wreath before, so he's wanting to see what we do and what he can produce for his mom. Isn't that lovely? For his mom. Oh my good gracious me. So what can I say to the young gentleman? We are going to do one for you, and you then can do it and give it as a gift to your mum. Oh, aren't you sweet? So, William, that's his name, which he likes to be called Will. So, Will, we are going to do it. I'm going to sit down for this and zoom in on the worktop so you can get a better look at what I am doing. But first of all, you're going to need, if you're having a bow, either floral wire or a cable tie, or something like that. On a straw wreath, sometimes they can be a little bit hard, so I have a hole puncher to use to make holes into the little wreath, as you can see. Obviously your ribbon of your choice. The ribbon of our choice today, I need to bang that back in a bit stronger, is the Hessian ribbon, and a little one what's got a truck on it and some pumpkins. That's just off the roll end. That's what's left, guys. So because that hasn't got a reel, I'm saving that to put that onto there, so then it has its own reel. But we've got that. Now I've got 5 pumpkins out. I'm not going to use them all. I just don't know which ones to use. I'm going to choose as we go along. We've got the beautiful deep red velvet. I've got a white one. I've got a orangey white. I've got a orange. And I've got one of those, look guys. Oh my goodness, and we may use that. So they're the 5 that I've chosen. Again, I don't know if we're going to use them. And also, Will, you're going to need your clippers or your cutters. I've got out some of my other fern in the deep. These are where I can push up. So I chose to get these instead, where they got a deep red colour in around the bottom, or along one side, which would look really, really pretty in it. So I've chose those. I have got a bit of conifer out, or cypress leaves as some may call it. I've chopped some things down, and so they're very common, these, in the UK. A lot of people have them on the gardens and use them as hedges, for privacy, I guess. I've got out some of the green birch. I've trimmed that down already, just into little pieces. I may not use it all. This is off of one and a half stem, so I've trimmed it down again. What I don't use, I'll use for another project. Now I've got some wispy, now these are from the lady apple, and I thought, why not? The browny green colour in the paperback, so we need to sort that out. But I thought wispy and airy, that could also look good. Now I've also incorporated in this, guys, some oddments, some bits and bobs, some scraps that I've had hanging about, and I've not had really enough to do with. That isn't a scrap, that I just chose to get that one out, the maple leaf with the green and the orange tip. But these things like these, this is a scrap piece. I could do something with that. I could chop it up and use that, and again, that's got a pumpkin on, so I could use that pumpkin. I've just got, as you can see, one long stem of this, what's left on here, with the leaves as well, and this white astilbe I could use. And on this one, this is just still a full stem, but I've looked and I've got no more of these left. So these have got some beads on, some of the maple and oak leaves, and then also I don't know, it looks like green wheat with bits of swordgrass in, and some little beads, and some orange and red flowers at the top. So that's an oddment, so that's all by itself. I've also got these aren't oddments, but oops, well, I've chopped away at one of them, but again, I got these out the other day. I thought I could use some of these, oh, that's an oddment as well, to use in with it as well, you know, cut a few pieces off as well. And some seeds also, got some long seeds, some clusters, and these are little bits that I found, some scraps hanging around. So I thought, what a beautiful colour, you know, they look very autumnal. It looks like they've got a hint of red in as well, so I thought we could use those. Now I've got some honesty here, and these are some, as I say, dribs and drabs, but they are scraps, and I may incorporate some of these, maybe not all, just to put some in for the autumnal look, and also different texture, and also to give it that contrast against all the other things that we're going to use. Now I've got out, guys, if I can get that off, some of these are oddments. This hasn't got a stem on, so we'd have to glue a pick onto that, just to use some of these, you know, dried palms and things like that, and wispy and curly stems of twigs and wood, again for another different texture. So we're going to try and see what we can do with this cluster of things here. I've also got some bulrush. Now this one was an oddment, that's an oddment where it's been cut and I've not used it. They're the full length of the stems, but I decided to get a deep red one out as well, so it balances it instead of having all the same colour, just so something can bounce off of it. See what we can do with those. We may not use them, but again, for the contrast and the interest and the different textures as well, we could use some of those also. And I've also got, I've took some of these out. Now, some wheat. I thought, you know, let's add some other textures in. If I can get these guys. There is what I grew on my garden, and I dried them out, hung them upside down, put them in a dark area and dried them out. So they're going to need some picks on them because they will bend and they will snap extremely easily. So we may incorporate a few of those also. And then these ones are artificial, which I love these. Wispy, airy, they've got their own grass to it, and it's popped out of its pod, and that is what you have. Isn't that divine? That's so realistic. I've seen these like this in farmers' fields when I've gone walking. So we may use also those. And I've got a bit of floral out. I'm not saying I'm going to use it, but I've got some mustardy yellow or tanny coloured gerberas. Aren't they pretty in colour? They are just divine. And look at the deep, deep ranunculus. Oh my gosh. And them together. Don't they look just wonderful, guys? Look at them. They are beautiful. Really rich. Oh, lovely. Absolutely lovely. And finally, I have got these, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to use them. These are just odd little scraps of twigs that I've cut and I haven't used off of bigger stems. I've bought the big stems of just twigs, bare twigs like this. You can get them in packs as well. But I've cut away at them and not used them. So I may, for again, a bit of, you know, dynamic to it, and I add that and interest and autumnal look, like all the leaves have fell off. So maybe, but again, we've got a lot here for such a small wreath. So first of all, I want to make a small bow. So we're not going to make it big, and we're going to just do it small. So I'm going to bring the camera down so you can all see what I am doing, and then we'll get started. So one moment, guys. Da, da, da. So let's bring it right down, guys, like so. So I'm hoping that you can all see. Let me just get a bit closer so I can see what I'm doing. Oops, look at Daisy. I was going to zoom it in. One moment, guys. Let's have a look. Oh my gosh, is that a bit too much? Let's have a look at the wreath. I don't know if that's a bit too much. I wonder if I can higher it. Let's just see, guys. Just bear with me a moment. I hope that's just not... No, I can't higher it. That's the highest it'll go. You see, I want you to see around the edges that what I'm doing. I'm just trying to think whether I leave it as it is. I'm going to leave it as it is. But then, you know, for the bow. So then we can see what we're doing for the bow. For young Will. So, let's move this on this side. Now this is, like I say, a hessian or burlap. I'm going to do it like that because it does fray. So let's make sure the stitching is the right way. and it's only a small wreath, so I am only doing a 6-inch streamer or tail end. Then I twist towards myself, and then you choose what length of loop you want. I think I'm going to go for 4.5 inch. So then I place it in between the 4 and 5, like so. This isn't wired. Then I twist towards myself again. And then on this side I go to 4.5 again, like so. Now you can decide on how many loops that you wish to have on each side. You can obviously stay at 2. So I could do 2 of this, 2 of the other, and then 2 back of this, and then like so. So let's give that a go. So I'm going to cut this a little bit longer, just for now. I may cut it shorter once it's on the actual wreath itself. So again, I'm going to just match that by eye view, twist towards me again, so your pattern is upside down. And if you've got a plain one, just I always, you know, look for your stitching to be upside down, because you can always tell. Then we're going to go 4.5 again, twist towards myself again on the opposite side. Just make sure it's still level, like so. And have that like that. Again, you can alter your, you know, position your bow as it is now if you wish, like that. And then I could come back to this one, just get that fluff off. And because I've got that on that side, I'm going to do it on this side. So again, like so. And then twist again towards yourself. And now I'm going to go, because I've done those at 4.5, I'm going to go at 3.5 with these ones. Twist towards myself again. So I'm going an inch smaller. Like so. And then bring that one here as well. And then do this the same on here. And now I will go on the opposite side. So then I've got the same pattern or ribbon on either side. So again, twist towards you. And I'm going to go at the same here as well. So I'll measure with the one underneath at 3.5. Again, twist. Measure with that one, 3.5. And then bring that down. So because I've got this on the roll end, there isn't much luck. I'll save that reel. Let's have a look at the stitching. And again, you can alter these. So then that one comes on there. Like so. And then with this one in the centre, yeah, that's the right way. I tend to do a little loop in the centre. So now, because this is quite long, I could easily place that in and either have these just dangling down as streamers, extra streamers, and that's just to, you know, be in the middle as some more streamers, or you can twist, make a loop, and then if I just do it like so, twist, use two different ways, make a loop just slightly smaller than your last one, like so, and then obviously you put your cable tie across there, and when you've done, you lift that up in the center, and that will be your centerpiece covering your mechanics. Or I find it easier, why bother twisting when you can just fold it in half and place it in to the desired length, like so, and it does exactly the same thing. So that's what we're going to do with that. So then you take your cable tie, or your ribbon, or bow should I say, and as you can see, there's that all the way down, and that shows you where it's been in between the two prongs or dowels. That is where your cable tie or your floral wire should go. That means that is the center point. So that's giving you here the you know, showing you where to place your cable tie or wire, and then just pop it through. I don't, you know, pull again really tight, you know, because I want to manipulate my stems and everything, so I can not my stems, sorry, my loops, and place them in the correct place. Then before I pull tight, I get a floral wire, go through the back with it and get it so it's half and half, like so. I just pull it together like that, so you've got that two separate pieces here. I hold it before I do anything, and then now I bring my streamers or tail ends down to the bottom on the top and also at the bottom. So I make sure that they are down. This is just by manipulating, you know, and pulling them underneath as far as you can get them. Like that. And then I then start to do this. We started with 2 of the burlap hessian, whichever, some people call it, or jute, people call it different things. So I've gone horizontal with those. Then we next did the orange one. So I've gone like so, top and bottom. And then we did the brown again, so like so. And you just fluff it like you would, and then the little bit in the center, you do that. So that's your ribbon. Let's just bring that one down. Then when you're happy with it, pull on your cable tie, snip it off, then get your wire and then twist your wire, or not your wire, sorry, twist your bow, not the wire, because it will snap or can snap, 2 or 3 times, and that's all you need to do. And that will go through your wreath. So now it's all tight. If you wish, you can now get it a bit more, you know, into place, be a bit more forceful with it. Like so. Let's just get that wire out of the way. And you can choose to cut your streamers or cut your, you know, at the top or the bottom as you know, feel that you may need to. I just left them like that just in case. So I'm going to just cut that one at a diagonal. You can also use a lighter or a wood burning tool to scorch the edge, because they do fray, and stop it from fraying. I would do that, and I do that. And here, because we've got the car, the truck, I don't like to see half of it, so I'm going to go shorter with the orange one, because I like to see the full picture. I don't like half of it. See, now we've got one there, so the full picture there, so I'm only going to go there, like so, with that. So that is now our bow. I'm going to save that. I'm not placing that on as of yet, because I'm considering putting that there and maybe having the area here for the pumpkins and bring the floral here, or I may bring this here and have the pumpkins as a cluster down here, because I want a cluster of 3 pumpkins. So I've got the bow ready. So I'm going to put on, before we carry on, our hook. And it's just a piece of string or rope. And I just pull on it there. And I bring this here slightly to the front, because having it at the back will make it sit at an angle and won't lean or sit properly. Sometimes I will tie a double knot, so you could easily just go like that again. And then I grab it again together, tie a loop and knot it like so, for it to be hung on the door, and then just pull it so it's extra tight, and then I snip it. So that will go on something on the door. So let's get this ribbon out of our way. I'm going to see if you can actually buy reels, empty reels. If not, I may get in contact with a company if I can find one to see if they're throwing reels away, if they can, I don't know, throw them my way so I can use them for my ribbons. What don't have reels, because some of them I order them in 10 meters and they come without being on a reel, which is weird. But that's that. Oh, let me have a drink. I've brought water in today, guys. Right. Now, that's our boat done. So that is the top. So I'm not going to place these in as of yet. I've got picks on them, on some of them, I think, or most of them yet, because I can't make out which one I want to use, because I don't know whether to place them around here or I could place that there and have a cluster here. So we're going to see. Right, what I want to do first is place in, again, we may not even use all this, guys. I've just got what I can out, or what I've got, well, not what I've got, what I thought may look quite nice. So I'm going to keep that area as a no-go zone, but obviously I'm going to want things coming out from it. And this has got paper back. So you will need some floral tape as well if you're using some with paper back. I think I may invest in a pick machine, because for things like this I wouldn't need floral tape. I could just use a pick machine. So I'm going to just give it a little bend, some down here. I may have to alter the camera, guys. May have to zoom out a little bit. So I've placed in my hole puncher as I go in, like so. And that gives me a bit of a helping hand so I don't have to force it in because it's not strong enough. If it was on a steel pick, I wouldn't have any problem. So I've got glue all over this. So anything here, if that's either my bow or zone here, or the pumpkin zone, anything there, from here going down, I will push up. Anything from here up, I will go that way. Let's get this right. It's hard working upside down. Yeah, anything that's the right way, going down that way. And then anything up here, I go this way with the stem. So we will place and if you still think that the stem isn't sturdy enough, just attach a pick onto it. I don't want all of that. And also by leaving it in, it shows me where I need to place it once I put glue on it. And I do like some coming down as well, not just because the stem is round. I do like you know, the wreath is round, I don't always have to go that way, but I do like to have some hanging straight down. Let's have a look. You can get these old punches off Amazon, I've seen them. So like that. So we've got some wispy bits going there. Obviously I'm going to bring some in here as well. I should have, excuse me, placed this on before we started the tape. Let's get some done in advance. And I do tend to use the tape which is the colour or near as the colour of what the stem of the foliage or floral are. Then it doesn't look out of place. If you can get hold of a, you know, a straw wreath and, you know, to have a go on, have a go. It's a great learning curve. You know, some people are a bit weary, thinking, oh my gosh, it doesn't look as sturdy, but oh my goodness guys, they are very sturdy. Hence the reason I have to have a hole puncher to get in it, because they are really tight. And they are wonderful for autumn or barn arrangements on the barn doors. Fantastic for that. I'm just pulling a few off, guys. So I've got them all taped up. Again, I should have done this before. Preparation. I always say preparation is key, guys, and I've not done it today. Not fully. Whoops, a daisy. If you can hear the noise in the background, it's the builders again, just around the corner, about 5 houses away from me, doing what they did next to my house, because I live on a corner. Right, last one, we don't want that. And just give this tape a little bit of a pull to activate the glue that's in it. Because that's what all it is just the glue. Right, we'll keep that for now. So let's carry on. So that is that, and then we're going to bring this here. So you got to bear in mind, we do want to bring it around. Just give it a little bit of lift as well. I want to bring some on the inner side too. So it just doesn't look like it's just in one place. some here. So if you just try and form a little bit of a zigzag or something along those lines with, you know, on the outside, so like go out in and do that. Right, I want that area for this, so I want to just bring this here. I may need to do a few more. I've got a feeling I'm going to have to alter the camera. I'm going to come and have a look in a second, guys. My youngest son's at work today. He's not at work till 2:15 this afternoon. And he will sleep in until about half an hour before he has to go. Then he'll get up. He's missing the whole day. I'm going to do all of them. Let's just get all that horrid paper off. Let me come and have a look, guys, because I don't trust myself with the camera. No, you see, you can't see. There. I'm going to have to zoom out, guys. It's better for you to be able to see than not see. So... let's get some more tape around. If I'm being quite honest, guys, I don't like this tape. Not that it doesn't work. I don't like the texture of it. I don't like the feel of it. The stickiness it leaves on your fingers. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Call me old-fashioned, but you know how you just get some things where you just, it's like with food, you just don't like the texture of the food or something like that, or the taste. It's very similar with this. I don't like the texture of it. It can make oh, I took Benji for a walk today, quite early again, because we knew it was going to be hot. We went for over an hour. Just so then he hasn't got to go out again today because of the heat. And he was sweating, bless him. I called at the doggy shop and got him some treats. You're allowed to take in the dogs. Some shops you're not. I mean, down south in Cornwall and I guess Devon and Somerset and places like that, you can take your dogs in the shop. Then the one when I've been there anyway. Sandra will tell me otherwise because she lives down there, and another lady lives in Cornwall, and I think that's great. Up here, there's only certain shops that you're allowed to take your dogs in. Right, so I'm going to bring one here as well. So I'm going to just place that in there. So now it leaves a hole plus also a marker on where I need to place it. I want to place a few around here, so I may have to cut some around there. So just like that. I do want to bring one such like coming in. So I don't mind it coming over. I will get rid of the glue strings. Oh, I saw another lady on a video I was watching, because there's nothing on the TV over here at the moment. And she just, she was exactly like me. Oh, I hate these glue strings. I hate these glue strings. And it was so funny. I thought, oh my goodness, she's like me. And she even, a lady in the States, I forgot her name, but she even said they remind me of spiders' webs. And I don't like spiders. See, I haven't got a problem with spiders, but no, she just reminded me of me. How she said it, how I say it. Now, if I need any more of those, I will grab some more. I do have quite a few of them. So, that is that. I don't know where that's come from. Now, for our... I think I quite like these. But I don't know whether to go for the big one, wherever that's gone. Oh, it's here. The big one. Again, I want them to sit up, but I just want on the white and the red. I have the red. Like so. I think I may do that. Let me pull this out. It's not very safe. Oh, there we go. Let's glue it back together. It's wobbling a bit too much for me. Wipe the glue off. You don't want to see that. Like so. I'll cut it slightly shorter. Oh my gosh. Like that. And that's going to go there. So I'm going to place that. Just make sure like so. And then I'm going to want that to come here. I mean, you can put, you know, as many pumpkins in as you like. I'm just going to play it safe a moment. I could place them there. Let's try that there. Like that, and then do that with... I don't want to overdo it with the pumpkins. And I'm going to place that one on the opposite side. Because I could always place something like that here and have it like that. So I'm going to leave that space there, or you could always do that. I don't know, I think I may place that up here. Or I could do it on this side. Yeah. So I'm not going to touch those at the moment. So we're going to go through what we've got. Now, where's those twiggy bits? I could place something like that there. You just place them around before you even actually decide on where you want them to sit. Let me cut that one down. I don't want it to look, or I could overlap that one like so. Two different looks. And would you bring one in the middle? No. I mean, I would place them underneath. Yeah, I'm going to place that there. And then I think this one, let's cut this one down too. That's got a bit of a broken one, so let's cut that. If you find them broken, just cut along the the line of it, like so. And I'm going to place that one there. I don't know what that's got on it. I could bring that in the centre. Have a bit something dynamic in the centre. I don't want them to stick too far out. So I'm going to place them in there. I don't want them up here. I don't want them to look like that. Just doesn't. I feel that then I need one here, and I don't want that. I want to bring them quite close to the pumpkins either side like that. So that's what I'm going to do with those, because then I've got the bulrush. I mean, this is really quite thick and long, and I can't cut this down anymore. So that either won't go in because of the length of it, because they are, like I say, very long. Yeah, no, they're too long, guys. I could have the smaller one like that in, but this is really chunky, so I may not put those in. It's all about trial and error. You just, what scraps you have, use those, and because that's all we're doing, majority of it is scraps. So I'm going to place these in. We'll take that away for a moment. I'm going to cut this a bit more shorter, the stem. And we're going to place that around there, but underneath. So we'll place that there. Let's now pull that out and go where I've just made that hole, like so. I've just caught that. So that's one. And I've got the other one, which I want to do. I may join that there. So let me just wipe that, because that's a bit of glue. Oh, like that. I'll cut it down a little bit smaller because it's right next to it. Like so. I'm just going to wipe the excess glue like that. And then this little piece that we've got here, what's not got a stem, I'm going to in fact the stem that I've got from here, which is quite firm, I'm going to glue that and I'm going to glue it in like that. So then it's got its own stem that matches the colour. Let's see. And if it doesn't really hold too well, which I don't think it's doing because it's got nothing really to grip to, let's get a bit of brown tape and just go around it to give it a little support. This is where a pick machine had come in really handy, guys. I think also on Facebook yesterday I saw that the lady, oh I don't know what her name is it Julie from Southern Charm Wreaths, Julie Samarco or something like that. She's come over to the UK, to Liverpool. I mean, I don't live at Liverpool, it's about 2 hours away from me. But yeah, she's visiting Liverpool. To do with a wreath, the Americans and UK combining with the wreaths, something like that. I wish you would have come to Mansfield. I hope she has a good time. I can't get that in, guys. It's just not going how I want it. I could leave it. No, that looks silly. I don't like how it's sitting there. No. Let's wipe that glue. I think if I did it with the wire, it would have been better. I may have to redo it. Right, we'll try it with the wire instead. So yes, I think I saw something where she was asking people what should she come and visit and see while she's over in the UK. And a lot of people put the Buckingham Palace, you know, the changing of the guards. A lot of things like that. Go and look in the countryside. It's magnificent. Isn't it funny how people think that other places, like I live in the UK, but I think America's prettier and better than the UK. Isn't it funny how people think that other places than their own country? Well, majority anyway. I may cut those a little bit shorter. Again, just to give it something, because it's too long. Do it like that instead. So, sorry about all that faffing, guys. I just wanted to get it right. So that is how we've got it at the moment. Again, you can lift these up and play around with them and have fun with them. Again, just give them that movement, you know, motion. I'm all for that, all wispy things. So I do have our conifer. Again, that may be too much. Again, I may not be placing all this in. We've got oddments here. We could make our own picks. Take those off. I don't want that. Could add in something like that to it and just do his own pick and bring it down here. See, that's got a full one. Let's have a look. Now these can be extremely, as I'll show you at the bottom. They just bend like that and that's it. So as soon as you touch it and you try to manipulate it, you'll get a crease in it like so, and you can't do nothing then. You've got to give it support. That's the only thing with the wheat, unless you buy artificial. I do want to sort of like place things like this in it as well. So, and again, it's going to mean cutting taping. I say get the worst out of the way first, or the longest. Snip those. And you can bunch them up as well. You don't have to have them all, you know, at the same height. Singular, sorry. You can have them all, bunch them up, have different heights on some of them to give them that variety. And I'm just going to do that. All I'm doing for that is just bringing some down, some up, some further down, like so, and then cut them at the length here. So we have got a bunch. I don't know if there's any more. I can't see really. And all we're going to do is just move those out of the way. Is just get just a few random ones. Again, you can stick those in and have them as a cluster. I don't want that small one, I want a longer one. And then what I do with these, I get a steel pick, or not steel pick, sorry, a wire pick. Again, get my tape, and this is if you haven't got a pick machine. You know, if you've got a pick machine, then it'd be much easier to do. You can just put a pick on the end, and you wouldn't need to do this. I just go down, attach them, go back up again, because they are really extremely fragile, and then I've created myself a little pick. So then I look where I'd like it to sit. I could want it here, or I could bring it down here, or on top, wherever you wish really. It's a, you know, again, it's your choice. So I'm going to bring that one here. Like so. So you've got that effect. Again, you can do them singular. I like to have a cluster of these because again they are so fragile. Just being by itself, it's nice, but I like a bit more. So again, cut them to a certain length, get a pick, place the pick sort of like halfway up, you know, because it needs that support. Just start taping around just above the pick where you've gone, and then start coming down onto your pick. And again, just give it a little bit of a pull to activate that sticky glue. I come below the stems of the wheat, so it's got, the tape has got something to keep them in and, you know, secure from moving. I go back up for that bit of extra support, and I could bring that one here. I may be able to get that one in. Yeah, like so. So you're just adding a bit of texture similar and colour to what the wreath is. Again, do it again, as many times as you want really. I like to do different, you know, heights. Go halfway up with the pick. I'll do that one, what we got here, then I'll do a 3 and a 3. And then that's those. I should have really have done all of this, but then again I wanted to be able to show young Will how to prepare it. With him asking, he needed to know how to go about doing it, because he wasn't sure, he's never done it. I mean, it didn't say whether he's got a pick machine, but again, if you have, Will, you just put a pick on the end. Like that. So I've got 3 left. What I want to do is place one here, here, and then I want one here, like so. So let's get those in. See if I can get that in. Yes, like so. Like that. I think the bit of the paper hasn't stuck, so sometimes it does do that, so I get a bit of glue and I'll give it a bit of a helping hand, or use your glue gun. Here, if you can see, I've got that. Right, so that is that from them. So now we've done that, I do have the swirly bits like this, and I've got the other pieces like so. I can you know, cut those down and have the grasses. So let's have some of the grasses that we can place in. We'll leave that, but that may go up here. So I need to cut that quite far down. So we'll place that up there. And do the same. I can get this. Got another grass here. I could put that there. Again, and this is just adding different pieces of texture. Or I could bring those here, like so. And bring that down there. Somewhere in that region. So I don't want that one. And I've got another one, so I don't want that one. We've got some swirly sticks. You could put those in again. I'm not sure. I may use those, give them a bit of different, but I'll place them there. And again, another swirly stick. And then I've got our honesty. That would look pretty in it as well. So we definitely have some of those. We'll start and place those in as well. So let's get, I want to get all of these out, you know, getting them out or in, should I say. Like so. Just make sure it doesn't go in the glue. Let that sit like so. And I'm just doing a different type of arrangement where it's not the same, you know, as you'd probably expect with pumpkins and these wispy long bits. Again, if you've got all these sort of things, and or even if you've gone to, you know, market, a car boot, second-hand shop, charity shop, and you see things like this, you know, the wispy bits, things like that in the shop, grab them. Really, guys, grab them, because, I mean, over here in the UK, they can be quite expensive. The woody things, you know, like the twigs and things. I've gone into a shop and just for a small bouquet of them can be $20, or an English money around £16-17, and you think, really? All they are is dried twigs. But yeah, they can be quite expensive. I'm just going to put some of these in as well, and I'm going to manipulate them also to give a movement. I'll bring one up here. Oops, a daisy. I may need to give that one a helping hand. Let's just cut it a little bit shorter. Like so. Bring one under here. I want to just fill a bit of the gap under here. Just Just give it some, you know, just something there to move. I don't want a lot of that in because that can take up quite a bit of space. I'm really not sure about the green conifer. Or it may. Now we're putting a bit more, you know, elements in. It may give it that little bit extra touch. So let's have a look at the, see, now that looks pretty. Let's get the birch. Let's get the birch in and give it a bit of green. I'm going to just place things out of my way because I don't like things in my way. I'm very much fussy like that. So let's see if I want some on top and then some placed on the bottom as well. So put a bit of green underneath so it, you know, it gives that different feel to it, that it's not just browns, you know, different tone of colour as well. And just add that in. That's one what's come off now. I need to find that. So it's not that. It's not that. It's that one. So I'll glue that back on. Because if it comes off once, it's going to come off again. So that's that. And then we'll do one under here. Again, just bring the green down below. Bring the odd one up above. Because it's quite airy, this birch, and it's got movement to it, it doesn't look too much. It's not, you know, too much green in there. That's the reason I'm looking for the smaller bits, because there is bigger bits. I could cut it down again. I'm going to place one there, because I do want one here under, because I need to fill this area up as well. So let's just, oh, I can't get that in. Is it in? No, look, it's hanging, so it's not in. So we need to get it, place a hole. To give it that bit of help so it can sit in without any problem, like so. And then again, let's have a look. Are these all big? It's a smaller one. We could place that up here also, because everything at the moment is quite airy, you know, and just open it up, give it that movement. So that looks quite nice with the green in it. I don't know whether I need some, I think I could make it so it's around, that's a lot on there. Let me just see, I don't want to overdo it. I definitely need one where the red is. That can be moved and manipulated like so. So under there where the red is. So if I just place a hole there. This is a smaller one out of them all, what I have left. And do that. So then I don't need those. I could bring one across across, but then I think if I did, it'd have to be a really tiny, well, one where there's hardly any on. So it's either a single one just to bring it across, or one with just two on. I think the one with two on looks quite nice. Then I could have that one on its own here, so it doesn't look out of place. So we'll do that. So then I don't need that one. So let's just give it that little bit of help to go in. Because when they're new, these wreaths, they are quite tough. Like so, and then this one we'll place around here. Let's just cut that stem a little bit. We don't want it that long. There. So that is looking better with it as well. Now the green and the woody effect also. So I think if I place them in, they would probably, they're too much, guys. They really are too much. So I'm not going to place those in at all. So let's just put a band around those so they can stay together. I mean, again, I do have the twiggy woody effect. You see, they add a nice texture, so we could place some of those in. That one's a bit too thick. I wonder if I could place one on a pick. Does it come off? Oh yeah. Oh, I think so. Oh no. No, it doesn't. Oh, I don't want that one. I wonder if I can get a pick in it if I glue it. I've left some of the stem in. Let's give it a bit of force. So we've got those, or we've got the thin brown ones. They could look nice, or we've got slightly bigger, which we could cut down into small pieces as well. I do quite like those green ones. I think if I did, I'd place the green ones in. So we'll get these out the way now, and we'll just save those green. 3 green. I don't want them all in. Again, get a band on them, keep them from falling to the bottom of my bucket in different stages. So we'll have these, and what I want to do, one at the top, one here and one here, just to give it that little bit of a twiggy effect. So we'll stick that in. Like so, and then do the same here. Lift that up. There's that. In and bring that on top. And then bring that one there. my gosh, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon already, guys. I didn't realise what time it was. I'm still around 11 o'clock in the morning. Again, I'm going to be fluffing all of this up. We need it all fluffed up. Movement. We need all that. Give that bounce. That airy feeling. Like so. It's only because I'm leaning on it, guys, that it's looking a bit flat, but it won't do when we're finished. Right, so we've got things like this. I've also got these. I think I'm getting a bit too much with the greenery now. The only one I think I'd rather place in is the oddments and maybe that. I don't think that we need those. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. See, these are oddments. They would look pretty. Bit of a leaf there, full leaf. So let's sort out where the leaves are. I said I wanted to maybe put that there. That's on a wire. I wonder if that can be. Oh, it's come off. Oh well. I think I'll just manipulate these with the berries as well. And we place that maybe here. So I want to cut it at that. Like so. I'll just dip that in. So it just it becomes like that. Can you see it forming now, guys, just by adding the odd little bit of greenery and different textures? I got that. There's 2 there. I was just looking, I thought I had another one. Again, let's take off like so. So we've got 3 there with the leaves. I do like these colour leaves though, with the green. So that may look pretty with that. That's got a wire on it, so we could wire that around that stem. Again, this is what you can do with your scraps. Bring things together. Get one of these as well. Wire that around and put that with it, and so that then goes around it as well.
See you later.
See you later. What time you finished, George?
8:15.
What are you doing about your...
I'll grab my own.
Right, because I'm going to say I'll be at yoga.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye, darling. And then I've got... I could place... Oh, I've got one of those with it. I've got this. I could bring that with it as well. Just to, you know, form our own pick. And then that could go here. So then you've got something there. So if I then wrap, that's a stronger one, wrap that round like that, around the stronger stem, so it's all one. Then get my floral wire tape around it. And like so, go back up. So we formed our own pick as well with bits of oddments. So that's one. They don't have to be identical. You could place that one in, you know, and place it here. And that is like so. Then you could get, you know, another piece off of here. And I do like those. So I may chop these off. I pull them actually. Yeah. So I've got these leaves. I may not use those. I've got the berries. And I've got that, and I could use 2 of those. I don't need those. So I could take that around there. So that joins with that. And again, I could have something different down here with the berries and some of the leaves. If I just take that one and then have one of those as well. So then again, you can make yourself another pick. You could do it, have something taller, or in fact, I've made that, and have that, and place that one down this area as well. So we could do that. So let's get our tape all these together. So they are on a stem. And then come back up again for a bit of extra support. I'll just cut that bit off at the end I don't want. So then there you have another pick. So that's a different one because that's got white in, they haven't. And you can place that one there if you wish. And then we've got the odd bits left of the, I mean, I do have those, but I could pop those around here and there, or use one instead of that. No, I quite like those. And then get something like this together. And that. And again, you could place that here, or down here, or here. So you could make your, you know, thinking. I mean, we do have our bow. So we could place our bow, if I just move that here, and have it like so. So that's what we're going to do with our bow. I think with some of these greenery, I'm just going to place in, I think, let's have a look. I don't want it looking too dry because we do have our flowers and I want to check those as well. One, two, three. I'm going to just take 3 of those And I could put these in with the ranunculus. 1, 2, and I'm just going to do 3 of these as well. I don't know what it is with those cheap rubber bands. They just don't last long. Even on things that are very light, there's not much weight. They've not got really much strength. So we'll take those out of the way. So we've got these, and these have got the foliage on. You can keep it on or take it off. I'm going to keep it on because it's a darker foliage. But what I want to do, because the gerberas haven't got the foliage on, so then I can use what we've got here and make a different pick and have something with a bit of a flower in it. And do something like so. And then we could place those, one here, or one here, in fact, coming out further, here, here, and maybe one in the centre. So let's just glue those, tape those up. I don't know what's on that. Let me just take that off, guys. And then again, just go around. So what I'm creating, I will glue the picks in, but what I'm creating is my own picks. So they're bunched together, and all I have to do is just manipulate them, you know, on how I'd like them to be or sit. So I've got a bunch of them. So that's one, and I can move these around however I wish, and I could place that there in the center. So we'll keep that there for now. Then I will do another one where I've got the orange leaf, and again I could use that on one of the others. I've got a spare leaf here from somewhere, so I'll attach that onto the gerbera like so. Push that up, pushing the leaves up from the ranunculus as well. So what haven't I got? And I could place that together. Tape. I take that off. Just going to cut that one off, guys. So I've got and then I'm going to, and this is what you just do with all your scraps, guys. Just place some together, make your own picks to create a wonderful arrangement, wreath, table display, whatever you may be doing, you know, a table centerpiece. And you can create beautiful, beautiful things. That could go there. Again, coming a bit further out. So then with this one, I've got that, push that leaf up. I could sit this on with the gerbera. Just take that off. Bit of the green. Bend the head slightly facing. Put that bit on as well. Let's just cut that. Oh gosh. Again, I've got another piece of leaf here I could bring, so I could attach that onto one of these stems as well. So if you've got spare leaves, attach them onto a stem or of a flower or a bit of extra greenery. And then when you're happy, just tape it up again. So then we've got different variety of everything, around. It's not uniformed and it looks natural. So we'll cut that like so. So then there's another one that could sit further out like that. So out of everything that I've got those left because I've made picks. So I don't want those. And I've made it full and it's going to look beautiful. Oh, it'll be beautiful for his gift for his mum, like he says. And again, I have the swirly bits I can add to the top. And then we've got our bow as well. And then that will be that, guys. So now let's get it all in. So we're going to start with the center one here and we're going to place that in. So we're going to just cut it at an angle, our stem. I'll use this because it is quite tough. I'll dip it in my glue. If you haven't got a glue pen, don't worry yourselves. You can use your glue gun. And then bend it into position. Like so. So that bit is coming over and you can manipulate then your foliage, how you would like it to sit in your arrangement. Like so. And then we've got this one that we need to place around here and do the same. And I want these coming out a little bit further, like so. And then you just manipulate once it's in to how you want it to look. And again, we're going to fluff it all up so they've got that movement, because obviously as I've gone around, I've flattened some pieces. We're going to place in that one there as well. And then this, we've got that one in, haven't we, guys? Oh, I can't remember. Right, this one Let's get a bit of glue on this tape. There we have it. So then that one went there. Underneath. I don't know where to hold. I can't see. Let's dip that in our glue. Like so. And that one around here. So I'm just basically going around in the order that, you know, the wreath, so I can see them all. And if you still feel like something's amiss, you know, get something out, fill it in. I just want to have a look. Right, I can still see bits there. So I will get the odd bit of greenery and I'm going to use this. I pull them off as filler. And I'm going to put these on picks, so I'm pulling these off the main stem. So then I've got something what can be used as our filler and is slightly more in the depth of it. Right, because these haven't got anything to hold them in at the top, even though I've glued them in, I want to be extra secure and I want to do just a bend over, like a U-bend, like so, just so I know then that the foliage will not pop off. I'll do that with all of them. Like so. So now because I can see down here and around here that it's needing some foliage, or even a floral, or whichever you require. I'm going to fill it. I have got, what did I see here? Oh, so I want to try and stick to what we have. Just keep that out. So bring another one in. Doesn't matter if you've got them quite close by. And again, as we do usually at the end, we go around and we fill in. This is what I'm doing now. Filling in. I just cut these all down. And again, I can see one here. And you can place that there. Like so. I could place that actually here. And I've got one left here. Bring that there. Oh, I haven't. I've got two left. We'll bring this here. Some seeds there. I want that there. So we're just filling in all around. So it makes it look pretty. I think this. I can use this little pick and wrap it around the pick, little wire. Because I just think something is still needed. Here. It might be a bit too big. Let's cut it a bit. Cut it a little bit more. No, it's just too big. I want something really a bit shorter. Let's have a look in my filler foliage, something dark. That might be okay. Better. Right, so that is what we have accomplished. Now I'm going to just fluff up and get some wispy bits back up to where they should be. You know, just bring things up, move things again in position, fill things out. You want movement. You want it to look pretty. And then we've got our sticks. Don't want those now. Again, I could add as just a little bit of interest. I don't want to add, you know, like so. I could place something in just at the end here. So we'll do that with that one. Again, I don't want it extremely long. I just want it sticking out just a little bit. So we'll just place that in like so. We'll lean a bit of stuff on it, and then this one can go down here. Again, do the same on this end. Give it something a bit interesting to add on to it. Or I may bring that actually just a little bit further down here. Just bring that down, join something in with it, give it that little bit of extra texture. I did say I've got that, but I'm not putting that in. Got some swirly grass. I could put a little bit on top. This is really quite swirly. Oh well, you know, we need to make it look different. Let's see how different. I could shorten it if it's looking too odd, or just take it out. No, take it out. So we'll keep those out. And that now is our bow left, which you can either leave the bow off or you can attach the bow. I think it looks pretty without it, if I'm being really, really super honest. Because I think, but then again, it looks pretty with it. Or we could just do the bow where it's just got the hessian. Oh guys, I may undo the bow. Because you see that orange more than anything. And there is a lot of that sort of like shading. So if you just had the hessian, that might look quite nice. And just do probably a, you know what? I'll show you what I'm on about. I'm taking it apart. I could save those, you know, for other bits. You could just do a bow with we just fold that, because it doesn't really sit very well. May 3. You could maybe do 3. 3 loops. I'm just having a look, guys, before I decide. or oh no, that's too busy. I don't want. One moment, guys. I've got an oddment of some sort somewhere. Where's that oddment on? Oh, here it is. I could just do it with that instead. So if I just place that there, I've got this, what I was going to do, and then I took it apart and didn't. So, like so. Pinch it in the centre, twist, pinch. Let's just make sure that they're the right length by doing that. If they meet like that, if one's higher than the other like so, you know it's not right. So then just slightly extend it a little bit more and lift it, and then just keep testing, and they're exact. So I know now those loops are fine. Let's see. Sometimes, for some reason, think that 4 loops would be better. Just see, it's too big. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I'm very fussy. If I don't get it right, I will take it apart. So it's going to be smaller than that. Let me get the glue off, because I can feel it while I'm doing it. So we're going to have it 6-inch streamer, 8-inch loop, so I don't want it massive. Then twist. This is if you're doing it in your hand. Measure 8-inch on your map again. Pinch. Go to the centre. Place it in between your thumb and finger. Just measure it again if you wish. If it's right, super. Twist. Go under yourself. Pinch in between your thumb and finger. That's way too little. I've got thread on it, guys. I've never had one of them before hanging like that. And then twist. Pinch in the centre. Let me just have a look. See, I just don't think a bow's needed, if I'm being quite honest. I don't think a bow's needed, guys. I really don't. Something's just, you know, when you get the instinct and say no. I really don't think it's needed in this case. So then that's, you know, just knowing out of my own experience, and I know when a bow's not required, and on this one it's not, and I think that looks better, much better without a bow. So let's just place it there. Right, I'm just going to get rid of all this mess. So, that is what you can achieve out of your scraps, you know. And again, if you go to a charity shop and you do see little pieces of the oddments of like these twigs, wood, fancy different shapes, you know, wheat, anything like that, just oddments, probably, you know, really cheap that they're selling them. Grab them, guys, because you can use your scraps as absolutely anything. You know, as we've done with this, there's some things that wasn't scraps, but majority of it was scraps. You know, like the wheat, I mean, that wasn't scraps. I grew that one. These beads, the berries, should I say, these odd leaves here. The only thing that wasn't, I think, was the gerberas, the ranunculus. Let me think. Obviously, the go on, yeah, pumpkins. They wasn't obviously scraps. But majority, you know. Oh, and the birch, that wasn't scraps. But and the wheat. But other than that, majority of it, guys, was scraps. And that's what you can make out of beautiful scraps that you've got left, or from your spot in a charity shop that they're just giving away. If you want a thingy, you could just have a couple of streamers hanging if you wish. Also, you know, here or something, just to add that bit. One bow, that looks quite nice actually. One loop. Let's have a look. One loop, and then just some streamers. No, I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it. And so yes, and you can just do that, guys, and have fun, you know, and get these wreaths, these straw wreaths are really, really cheap. They are much cheaper than the grapevine wreaths or the rattan, you know, things like that. They are really, really extremely cheap. I got this from a wholesaler who was selling them on their website. £1 in English money, I think £1.70. Now that in dollars, I think it may be about $2, something like that for one of those. So I got that. You get them really cheap, all different sizes, and again, they are just as good to work with, because if you buy a wreath that's got moss in it, moss around it, covering it, you open it up and what's inside? One of these. So you may have worked on one and you've not known. So let me just place up the camera. So I'll place that there. I don't know if you'll get me in, guys, or if it just drops. So yes, you will get these. I'm sorry about the length of the time of the video, guys. I just wanted to show the young gentleman, you know, how to do it right from scratch. He did ask if I could show him, you know, something like that. It has got airy gaps in them, you know, that's part of my design for this one, with a few airy gaps in, so it doesn't become too overwhelming for the young gentleman. And when he makes one for his mum, isn't that beautiful? And just something really sweet. Again, he's not done this before. He's just starting out. Well, he's done it for a year and a half, but just something like that on a small wreath is going to be wonderful. And you can move the hook. I think the hook may be too far over, so I will undo it and move it. But other than that, guys, that is what we've done out of scraps. So all in all, this is probably in English money with the scraps and the odd bits, you probably made it for no more than, I don't know, I'd have to work it out. It would probably be depending on what there is, but it wouldn't be expensive. It really wouldn't. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And I hope that gave you some ideas what to do with these scraps, how to make picks out of them and place them in, and also get one of these cheap but very, very sturdy and wonderful looking. I love the look of them. Wreaths, straw wreaths, and just add bits in to make something look woody but autumnal and beautiful. And again, I think that's super. You don't have to do big ones like I've done here. I can do small, and this is one of them. So what turned out to be an 8-inch ended up, if I do it from the longest point, guys, as a 20-inch wreath. So there you have it. Isn't that divine? So give it a go, out of your scraps, whether it's this colour or whether even if you haven't got something like this and you've got scraps, but you put a bow there instead if you've not got any pumpkins yet, or you're waiting for them to arrive, or you was thinking about getting some and you haven't just yet, then place a bow there of some sort, any colour you're doing, and then use your scraps of any, all your elements, whatever, they may be, whether they're straw effect or whether they're woody or whether they're just summery flowers and odd bits of summery leaves left, or swirly twigs like this, what you may have found in a charity shop, or you've got yourself in a vase in the house as decor. Grab them, or grab the odd one and use in it. Nobody will know they've gone missing. And create something pretty. So please subscribe, share and like, guys, to the world, to the universe. Let everybody know that, you can create something out of wonderful scraps, and we do a lovely job on this side and we have fun. So again, give it a go, enjoy and take care. And I love you all. God bless, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye. Let's just have a closer look, guys. So there is your pumpkin, your red velvet one, and that little one was attached to the pick. Your white one is there as well. And then you've got your berries, your deep, deep, deep burgundy ranunculus, now I think that may be burnt orange lavender, or if not, it's astilbe. But there's some heather as well, your wheat, just with the short wheat, and then the ones with the long grassy bits in. You've got your lady apple foliage, you've got birch, you've got your dried palm in white at the back, you've got some maple here and here. You've got bits of eucalyptus. You've got your beautiful coloured gerberas. And then your little seed pods. And some white astilbe. And then your swirly wood bits there and there. Obviously your straw wreath. Where is it? And your honesty as well. So again, I hope you had fun. And sorry about the length of the video, guys, but I did it for the young gentleman. So I hope that helped you, Will. All the best, my darling, and good luck and have fun. And I'm sure your mum will love it. Bye for now. Bye.